At Sierra Delta Mike 6927 Gander, you can report flight level 280 with me on this frequency when you are level.
International Flight Service specialists work around the clock, speaking to every aircraft crossing the North Atlantic and the polar region. And they've been doing it here in Gander since 1938.
Our job is not to tell the aircraft where to go. It's not to keep them separated. Our job is to be the voice of the controllers. We do all of their voice-based communications. And we also have a very miscellaneous job. We cover off pilot inquiries. We get a lot of phone calls from dispatches. We have 1,000,001 different duties that you could never put down on a job description. But like when it boils it down to the base, our job is communication.
Back in those early years, they were known as radio operators. These days, they work out of the modern, high-tech Nav Canada building here in Gander. They share it with air traffic controllers, a range of technicians, and a training center.
Originally, when we started 85 years ago, they actually used Morse code to communicate. So I would kind of put it to two big differences, that being the first one, because now we can just use our voice communications. But the other would be there was no digitizing. Everything was written down, everything was hand-delivered, everything was either by voice or by paper. So now the digitizing of all of our reports, all of the information that we have to send to ATC, everything that the pilot tells us, that has been a huge difference, a huge impact, and a huge growth in the station.
Getting through the language barrier when talking to international pilots is tricky, but they also have to use something called HF, or high frequency, which takes a special talent.
There's nothing else like HF. Like, at best, at times, we work flights where it sounds like their hand is fully over their mouth, and there's a white noise machine and like 5 fans going in the background. There's nothing else in everyday life that is like HF. But as we work the job, like, you can watch the progress from somebody from when they first start in the job in training to the time that they check out a few months later to when they're a year in, 5 years in. Like, you can start to really pick up on flights.
Osmond loves her job, even the shift work, and puts a lot of faith in her coworkers.
The IFSS it's been around for a long time, and it's going to be around for a long time. It's a fail-safe for so many different systems. It's, for some, especially smaller flights, it's the only method of communication they have. So I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to cross the ocean if I didn't have anyone telling me where I was going or what I needed to do.
What changes can we expect to see at Gander's International Flight Service Station over the coming years? Well, according to Osmond, she expects to see more people in her profession, as well as advances in innovation and technology. Troy Turner, CBC News, Gander.